Hi, this is Lynn Anderson, and you're listening to Mike Betten.
Today from CRS, I'd like to welcome Lynn Anderson. Lynn, how you doing?
I cannot complain. I've been having fun.
Well, we've been having fun, just kind of going through some old pictures here as you're going through, and you've seen some outfits you haven't seen for a while.
Yeah, there's some of them that have kind of disappeared. It's interesting watching the progression of my hair over the years.
And you were talking about well-known designer Bob Mackie a few minutes ago.
Oh, yeah. There's a lady writing a book about the Country Music Awards and about everybody who has won awards from the CMA. And one of the things they were following, really, there's a chapter on hair and dresses and things like that. And she was asking me if I had, my own designer and things like that, kind of like they do now. And I said, well, no, not really. The dress I wore on the CMA Awards, I bought in New York, but I didn't have like one special designer. And then I got to thinking that, when I was on Lawrence Welk, that there was a designer there that made everything. And then I was on the Dean Martin show for like 3 years, and that was Bob Mackie. I mean, they don't get bigger than Bob Mackie. So I got some great photographs, and we just saw one in your little collection. And then Nolan Miller, who did Dynasty and that kind of stuff, was my brother-in-law. So so Nolan designed stuff, and I called her back and I said, when I said I really didn't do designer stuff, that was not true. I just remembered I've got Bob Mackie in my closet, waiting for the day I might be able to give it to the Hall of Fame or something,
And Bob Mackie, I think if I remember right, he did a lot with Carol Burnett show, too.
Yeah, he did the Carol Burnett show. He also did all of that stuff for Cher, all of Cher's wild, crazy outfits. Cher is like, the Lady Gaga. But the stuff he did for me was just either glamorous, one of my favorite gowns was a Bob Mackie that we just saw, and then he would do, Dean Martin did country segments a lot. Mm-hmm. So I do have the gingham with beautiful little ruffles, and it looks like an elegant old John Wayne movie or something. It's really cool having that stuff.
Kind of going through, so that we were talking about that, a lot of hits that you've had over, it'd be too numerous to just keep mentioning all of them. But I think the main one everybody, of course, remembers, beg your pardon, never promised you a rose garden.
Exactly. And I think actually Rocky Top is as well recognized, especially here in Tennessee, because there was a thing on the news last night, Honest, where somebody has nominated another song to be the theme song for Tennessee, and they already have two. It's already Tennessee Waltz and Rocky Top. So that I close my show with Rocky Top usually, because no matter where we go in the world, everybody enjoys a big foot stomping, stomping and clapping sing along song. So good stuff.
And with Rose Garden, too, I was going to mention how you felt when Martina McBride redid that.
It was very interesting. I was I thought she did it with complete respect. Actually, she used 4 of my musicians, and she sang it pretty much note for note. I know when I did, the musicians obviously could play it standing on their head. Steve Gibson was my band leader for a long time, and he led her band in the record. So it's as close to the original as possible. When I did a radio show in Los Angeles, and Martina was on the phone with me, and we did anyway, and they put together a compilation of that where it would play one line of me and then one line of her and then one line of me, and that was really a trip. And I got to sing it with her on the Grand Ole Opry stage when she released her album. I think it was called Timeless. Is that right? Yeah. She invited me and Ray Price to come and sing with her, and it was really fun because she started singing the song, right? And then I wandered out on stage, and with my arms crossed when the chorus started, and started singing it, And when we were, and I handed her one single rose, and when we were finished, I said, "Honey, you can borrow it for a year or two, but I want it back." That's my song, babe. So it's amazing though to have a signature song. I think that's one of the things that every singer needs in order to stay around, is that one song that's always identified with you, Help Me Make It Through the Night was always going to be Sammy Smith, or Devil Went Down to Georgia is always going to be Charlie Daniels, and Independence Day is always going to be Martinez. If you get to that point where people are going to hear a song and think of it, or if they, anyway, that's something that I think every artist, no matter what genre, strives for, is something that everybody can identify with.
And I think, as you, an artist, as anybody would say, fans are the most important to you.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I've got some of my fans actually came here to CRS just because I was going to be here. They actually, this one couple shows up almost everywhere I go in the United States. I mean, almost every show, no matter where, they're there. I don't know what they do for a living. I do, but it's like, how do they get away with it, Anyway, it's really amazing to have fans, and some of them have stuck with me for 30, 35, and 40 years. Dare I admit I've been around that long? Oh my Lord. It's gone fast. It really has.
And another thing, too, I know you probably still raise horses, do you? Or?
I do. I've just got a couple left. I'm living in Taos, New Mexico these days, so we live on the side of a mountain. And it's not easy because the horse has to have one leg shorter than the other, You know that story.
Yeah.
No, you don't believe that. Okay. So I keep my horses in Texas so they can, go chase cows and stuff when I'm not there to ride them. But we still ride at a lot of charity events and things like that. My horse is the 2009 or 2008 Texas State Champion cutting horse.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and I raised him from a baby. He's, so this is like, I'm still quite serious about it. When we use our horses to work with handicapped kids. Okay. There is a foundation here called Saddle Up that I founded with Tom T. Hall's wife, Miss Dixie, and my friend Bonnie Garner, long ago, probably 30 years. It's still in existence. There's the Rocky Top Riding Center in Dallas, Texas. And then we have a new center in Taos, New Mexico. Kids and horses are great together.
I was also going to ask you, we had seen you on the family reunion, country family reunion, and it looked like, as a fan looking at it, you see something you don't see so often, is that having all the country artists together in a room. And as a country artist, that must have been something else.
It was really amazing. I want to do that again. I don't know if they're doing it again this year, but really having that many people, that many peers in a room, sharing stories and tossing things back and forth. And I remember, I got up and sang harmony with Janie Fricke. Just, she was happened to be standing next to me or whatever, and swapping stories back and forth. And that's the fun part. That's the fun part, because we've all got shared memories. We've all got, when somebody started talking about a plane going down, it was like 2 or 3 of us went, yeah, I've been there, stuff like that. A lot of us have shared memories, and a lot of us have unique memories, but it's a brotherhood, a sisterhood. It's a little family, sometimes dysfunctional like all of them, but but it was real fun. I really liked that show, and I have a lot of people who say that they watch it. It's cool. And
you just brought some here as we were going through some stuff, kind of a new CD for you, and a little swing type music.
Yeah, I've been diversifying lately simply because I moved away from Nashville, moved to New Mexico, and it's kind of out of sight, out of mind around here, But I kind of felt like the industry had gone to the younger artists, and I thought, I don't know if I can quite keep up with that, wear my skirts a little longer, But somebody invited me to come back and sing a bluegrass project. So I did that, and by golly, the thing was nominated for a Grammy. I didn't win, doggone it. Ricky Skaggs beat me. But, to make the top 5 in the Grammy after not having a record out for several years was very cool. Mm-hmm. And then, 2 years ago, I did a Western album. Of cowboy songs, which, I've worn the cowboy hat all my life. And that thing won 7 awards, including like the Cowboy Hall of Fame award. So I went, wow, this is kind of cool. So we did another cowgirl album that's just out. Yeah. There's a few that might qualify to be played on country radio, but I don't know if I can pass the physical anymore. And then we're working on a gospel album. I've never done that, so it's about time. There's still some things that I haven't done that I still want to do, and why not? It's still fun.
Well, let me tell you, you still got what it takes.
I appreciate that. You're nice. Thank you. Maybe I should just hang out with you all day.
Okay, let's do that.
He's even got a necklace with my picture in it. Do you wear it?
No, I don't. But that was just a few years ago, wasn't it, that picture?
Oh, that's an old picture, man. It was like, I don't know where you got that, but that was like, I don't know how old that was. I think that was from Lawrence Welk days. So you've kept it this long, babe.
I was prepared for you.
Yes, you were. It's hard to get prepared for me, tell you.
Say, Lynn, if fans want to know more about you, do you have a website or anything they can go to?
Oh, yes, I do. It's called LynnAndersonShow.com. Somebody else got LynnAnderson.com. She's a writer from California, and she has roses all over her website, but she's not me. Anyway, so Lynn Anderson Show, and that has, schedules. There's a fan club site. There's stuff about recent news, and then we've got a group of crazy folks that get on there in the chat room and mess around. So LynnAndersonShow.com, and you can join the fan club at Lynn FC, like Lynn Fan Club, and that'd be great. I get on there every so often, and we, schedule a chat and have some fun.
Well, fantastic. It has been a thrill visiting with you, Lynn.
It's been fun. Thank you. I'm going to be curious now as to whether you wear that necklace.
Maybe next time I see you, I'll wear it just so we can take a picture with it.
Put it on now, just for fun. Wear it the rest of the day. And see
okay. See what happens.
I dare you. I dare you.
I'd need proof, though, won't you?
Yeah. Photographic evidence.
Lynn, it's been great visiting with you.
Thank you, sweetie.
Lynn Anderson on KLMJ.